I would do if I were president. If I was president, I would enact a law or get Congress to pass a law to tax all transactions at a rate of 5% or 2%, whichever is better, exempt all government-owned assets from taxation, and reform the Fed so the Fed can only transport and hold gold for banks, and reform the banking system so paper money is just like an IOU banknote where you exchange the current money for gold, and then the bank holds the gold that you own, which is basically money, and basically they give you a banknote from their own bank that has their name of bank on it. They had something similar to this back a long time ago before the Federal Reserve System. So, and then I would have the government go on a massive, not a massive, but try to buy as much high yield, not high yield, but high profit, or not high profit, but basically stocks and bonds and equities and dividends and all that, and make sure the government owns try to buy as much as possible. And I would have a system of federalism where states have a lot of power, more than they do now, and while protecting the rights of the citizens. And social issues, regulations, all that kind of stuff would be left to the states to decide. That way, states will have competition, will have to compete for the best regulations, the best laws regarding social issues and all that. So no federal regulations, and the only federal tax that there will be is taxes on foreign trade and a 5% tax on all transactions, while the government-owned assets will be exempt from federal taxation, therefore increasing profit for the government. And I would enact a foreign policy of putting the United States, putting the American people before, putting them before all other. Basically, putting them first. Yeah. So putting the American people first, basically America First policy, and I would deport all of the illegal immigrants, deport them all. Either that, or they can stay for about, they could have a temporary workers visa. Then I would have a temporary workers visa program where people who want to work in the United States for a little while then leave, then they could do that. They can go to the United States, work in the United States for a little while, then they go take all their money back to their home country, and then could start a business in their home country. Then they'd be way wealthier because, poor people want to come to the United States for a little while, work, take the money back home because the money is worth way more back home, and therefore lifting the poor nations out of poverty. And I would make sure that, kind of restrict the amount of immigration in terms of how many people become citizens, in order to, protect the American people, putting them first. And I would, and basically that'd be my plan. And have trust funds obviously for government, and I would, because people right now they give money to like a whole bunch of people without means testing. So because here's what I would do, even though it might sound unpopular. It's necessary because eliminating Social Security and Medicare, therefore making sure that the old people can still get health care and money to live, only if they're poor. If they are poor, they can go on supplemental security income, which is for poor old people and poor disabled people. I'm disabled. But then basically folding Social Security into supplemental security income and folding Medicare into Medicaid, converting healthcare into healthcare savings accounts, and basically eliminating the payroll tax, and have I'd eliminate all federal taxes except for trade-related taxes and a 5% tax on all transactions. But I would make sure that healthcare, people have to save for healthcare. People should be required to, by the federal government, to save for healthcare and retirement. In the Singapore model. Exactly. So that's what I would do. And there'd be a bunch of other ideas, obviously, but I don't want to make this video too long. So please subscribe, please share this video, comment on this video, like this video, and you have a good day.